Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Check the Score podcast. We have our first NRL podcast of the year, and we have returning to the show, it's Harry.
Hey guys, stoked the NRL is back, stoked that we're even doing this, and yeah, keen to rip in for 2026.
Honestly, it's been something that we've needed to do. We didn't really do any preseason reviews. I did a bit of a ladder prediction on my own, but I felt like we should get one of the boys in to do some NRL stuff. We've missed 2 rounds of the comp. We're not going to get into the games too much, but we'll talk around them. Who's been hot, who's been cold, who's looking like they might be getting sacked, possibly. What players are in jeopardy.
Some debacles.
Honestly, it's the NRL news never sleeps, eh? Like, I feel like there's always something new, whether like last season we had
I think
Cherry Evans going the whole season, and then
I think it's like sport first and then like soap opera second.
yeah, it kind of is that way a bit.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's one of the, I feel like out of, obviously I'm not a big AFL watcher, but I feel like there's just always something with the NRL. I never hear that much.
Yeah, bro. Fox Sports loves it.
Yeah. Oh, they feed off it. The Telegraph journos love it.
Every single day I'm finding out fake news about something.
Honestly. But they'll like read into it. Like they'll see like a guy's car parked somewhere and they'll be like, Lomax is in Leichhardt. It's like, is he going to the
Tigers?
Is he going to the Tigers? It's like
no, he just went to get a coffee in Leichhardt.
Exactly. Exactly. Shout out Isaac. I've had him on the podcast, Isaac Issa, but he is one of the best rugby league journos at the moment. Absolutely killing it. Mm-hmm. But he honestly has been my main source of rugby league news. I love him.
Yeah. Mine, although I don't agree with his personality or anything.
I know you're going to say
Clarkie's
RL column.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I give him respect for how quick he is with news and how easy it is to digest and everything. But keep his personality separate.
Yeah, the turnaround for what he does is pretty good. But you and I have discussed privately some of the stuff we think. Yep. Anyway, before we get into all that, let's actually get into some of the juicy stuff about the footy.
Yeah.
Opening 2 rounds have been interesting. Obviously, it's felt like 3 with Vegas. Obviously, we had the 4 teams in Vegas play, as well as the Super League game, and then we've had the opening 2 rounds. Who has impressed you, like that you weren't expecting to impress you?
Not that I wasn't expecting them to impress me, but I think the Rabbitohs. Okay. I really like what they're doing. Obviously, they had a loss against the Roosters, but the Roosters came out as the Roosters would.
Yeah. Like
you expect everything that the Roosters had. The Rabbitohs, they held their own for most of that game, and you can kind of see the systems that they're building. And bro, when they touch up on that and they like polish that off, it's going to be wicked.
Oh yeah,
Cody Walker dropped it a few times. Trell dropped it a few times. But once they get that nice and slick, I think they're going to be a proper force to be reckoned with.
I think also in the back of their mind, we all know what happened in that game with AJ, obviously breaking the try scoring record. Absolutely insane scenes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like almost for that sort of game, how talked about it was in the media and everything else. And obviously once he broke the record, they were pretty close in scoring, but I feel like almost that adrenaline dump might have got to them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had Rabbitohs in my 8. I don't know about you, but I definitely had them finishing in my 8.
Yeah, 100%. I've got them in my 8 as well. So I'm really hoping that they stay like I feel like between Rabbitohs and Roosters, they're always dark clouded by injury.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that they get a pretty clean season in that regard. And I reckon we'll see him somewhere in the 8 towards the end.
Yeah, well, we kind of saw with the Roosters already how much of an injury cloud their teams had with the likes of obviously Radley suspended, but Robson out with a broken hand. And
that's huge for the start, eh?
Yeah, like he brought in, he was like their marquee signing besides Cherry Evans, and bang, gone, right? So it's one of those ones that's a bit difficult. So, but yeah, I have both of them comfortably in my top 8. And I don't like Rabbitohs really put on a performance against the Dolphins. Obviously, they leaked at 30 points at the end of the day, but
against the Dolphins, arguably the best attack in the comp.
When they're on, they're on. They're one of those teams, right? Like it's Izzy Katoa, Herbie Farnworth, Hammer, like
when they get
players
cooking,
across the park.
There's like I feel like there's not many teams that if they're trailing by like 20 with 20 to go, they can't, like a lot of teams can't do that.
Yeah.
I reckon Dolphins can comfortably stack like 30 points in 20 minutes if they wanted to.
Yeah, totally agree.
Crazy.
But yeah, when talking about the Rabbitohs, though, I think their biggest get this season is having Cam Murray back. They missed him so much last year. Like he comfortably in their first 2 games, in my opinion, has been their best player. He is just so good. He can take a hit up. He can ball play. He really gets that ruck speed going for them. Like, especially when they're building out of their own end, they get a repeat set of 6, and this guy is just always in and around the ruck, sniffing, looking for holes in the defense, looking at, first receiver to Cody Walker, and then obviously that left edge has been lethal for 5, 10, 15, no, not 15, maybe about 5 to 7 years.
And it's only gotten worse with the feeder.
Oh, man, they've just got runners on that left edge, pushing Latrell back to center. It's like, God.
Yeah, I have to agree. That's crazy.
Yeah, mad.
I think Humphreys also, with him being healthy, I'm pretty keen to see what he's doing this year.
Yeah.
But
he was a revelation for them last year. He was just
between him and Jai Gray.
Oh, absolutely.
2 huge inclusions to the bunny side.
Absolutely. And for obviously being young players, they're not going to be on the pay packet that they're probably worth.
Yeah.
So they're really winning there.
Yeah.
But the other team that has impressed me, and I put my hands up, I am so sorry to their fan base. I rinsed them preseason, and that is the Tigers.
Yeah.
I had them last. I take it back. I will submit a formal apology.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a point that I'm going to touch on later, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
But,
do we to hold off on the Tigers?
No. I'm pretty. I think Tigers this year, like everyone wrote them off. Like, pretty much everyone. But I think with mostly the same team from last year, they could just build on that, and they have a pretty good team, like on paper. They just need good coaching systems and whatever. Yeah. And obviously with like their head, like CEOs and all that dilemma and whatever, that's like a bit of a hurdle for them to get past, and everyone kind of didn't know about like that instability within the club. But it looks like their off season, they've just ripped in, put that behind them, and it's showing. It is looking crazy. I'm very keen to see what they do this year.
Absolutely. Sorry, I'll just move your mic a bit just because it's all right. But yeah, no, I totally agree. I think if they can clean up things behind the scenes, because obviously it's been a bit messy in years gone by, like the likes of Lachlan Galvin and board changes, Yeah. Obviously the Tim Sheens to Benji Marshall stuff, that was kind of always, there was always a dark cloud over that when Benji took over. And even now you still got that stuff with Dream Buller circling. So if they can put all that behind them and play their best footy, I don't see like them being held back.
Yeah. Well, when you look at it, you've got to put footy first. And I think separating the footy from the business, that's where the Tigers could come through.
Oh, absolutely.
If they just forget about all that stuff, because honestly, it doesn't include the players.
Yeah, totally.
So if the players just play, they should be having a good year.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I think they've got a good playing group. They've actually built a good squad in the last probably 2 years. They're like, obviously the Penrith boys that have come over, the likes of Coruscant and Luai and Taruva, Taylor May. They've got premiership winners in that side. They've got winners, genuinely good players, whereas in years gone by, you had, no disrespect, but older players, your likes of your Robbie Farahs, who kind of still lived off the glory days of 2005. Players that were coming on the down end of their career. Like, I remember when they signed David Clemmer. It was like, you know what I mean? It's like, this guy was good 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Whereas now they've got a ripe young squad. Like, how good was Kai Pearce-Paul on the weekend?
Yeah. Bro, that's one of my most underrated signings from last year.
Yeah.
He's insane. And like his wingspan, stupid.
Yeah, he's huge.
He's a huge player.
Like, obviously he's very lean.
Yeah.
But like, if he had put on some size, he could play in the front row. Like
100%. If he fit his frame, bro.
Exactly right. Have you seen that video at Leichhardt on the weekend of the guy on the hill?
No.
And he yells out, he's like, KPP, I've got you for a double. And then 5 seconds later, he crashes over for his second.
Oh.
And then it pans back to him and he's like, eh.
For the people.
KPP, I've got you for a double.
Yeah. But I think also last year, we saw a bit of a direction change with the Tigers, and it was with Taylor May.
Yeah.
I think they were like in a little bit of shambles, and then Taylor May came in, and I don't know if you remember his like immediate
bit of a momentum kick, eh?
Oh my God. He came and he was just scoring doubles, try assists. Like, he was smashing it up.
Yeah.
Wow, what a player.
I also like that they've finally gone, no, Luai, you're going to play 5'8". We're not going to try and push you out of your comfort zone and play halfback and steer the team.
Yep.
We want you to play on your comfortable side.
Yeah, and he's ripping in.
Oh, absolutely. He looked unreal on the weekend. Even his short kicking game.
Yeah.
Like, you can just tell that without Cleary there, which a lot of people questioned, even without him there, they know that he can still carry that team and be the governing sort of guy to steer around the park, even though he's not got that number on his back.
Yeah. I think a lot of people always counted out Luai's talent because of Cleary as well. But we've seen time and time again without Cleary there, like whether it be in Blues or whether it be in Tigers.
Yeah.
And he's a very capable player. He's an unreal player when he wants to be. Oh. And now we can see he's almost doing that like leadership role for like Crichton for Bulldogs.
Yeah.
Like he's really taking that team on the back and it's showing. It's awesome.
Yeah. Can we seriously though, you think about it. Look at the leaders across some of these clubs in Sydney, right? Luai, Crichton, obviously you got the guys at Penrith, but these guys have dispersed.
Yeah.
Obviously this junior academy thing that they've had at Penrith for years, and now that it's flourished, they won comps off the back of it. But this academy is feeding the NRL. Like, can we just acknowledge like how
even Fish from
incredible. This guy, like I'm sure he's always been a good footy player, but he's not $1 million player like he is now without that stuff at Penrith. Obviously, Fisher Harris is a bit older than your Luais and your Burtons and your Crichtons, but leaders like just dispersed across the NRL feeding these clubs. Yeah,
like I'd say the Fish probably has a similar role to what like Waria Hargreaves had at Roosters.
Yeah, that's not a bad comparison.
Yeah, but yeah, hats off to the Panthers Academy, man. Like we're seeing leaders pop up everywhere, and I don't think that's going to change. I think like other players that leave the Panthers, they're going to do the same thing.
Yeah,
unreal.
It's unreal. Anything more on the Tigers? Otherwise, I was going to move on to another team.
Yeah, go on the team.
Well, we're talking about Fish. Let's talk about the Waz.
The Waz.
Up the Waz. I love the Waz, even though I did have them finishing fairly low on the ladder. My takes are not aging well already.
Yeah, and we're in round 2 or 3 now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But I've been blown away. I didn't count them going as well as they has, but holy cow, they are ripping shreds out of everyone.
But one thing I want to say.
Yeah.
I think I said it to you earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think it's because they've been playing at home? We know how good the Warriors are at home. Their home record has always been phenomenal. Obviously, they've beaten the Roosters in round 1, who are one of the favourites to win the comp. And then in round 2, they go and beat the minor premiers from last year, the Raiders, right? And not beat the Raiders. They flogged the Raiders. They also put like 40+ points on the Roosters. So we're not talking like they've just, beaten them by 4 to 10 points. We're talking like 20+ point margins.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been incredible. And I think one huge thing that they've done right is utilising Leichhardt Halasima.
That guy's
a freak. What a player.
That guy is a freak.
Like, everyone knows what he's going to do. You like chip into the goal line and then you just see this 110 kilo guy flying through the air and
moves
crash.
like he's in water. Like,
yeah. Oh my God, what a player.
Do you remember last year when we went to Magic Round? And I remember we were on Caxton Street and we ran into this couple, the Warriors fans, and I think they were playing the next day or maybe that night or something. And we're like, I think we were building a multi or something on our phones. And we're like, we need a Warriors anytime try scorer.
Yeah.
And they go, Leichhardt Halasima. And I'm like, who?
Yeah, I didn't even know who he was.
And he goes, trust me, Leichhardt Halasima. And he was an interchange player at the time, interchange back rower.
Yeah.
Bro. They knew. They knew.
Can you name a player from the last 10 years that consistently plays 40 minutes that scores in like, what do you reckon, like 80% of the games he's played?
Yeah, he's really just a wrecking ball.
Bro, he plays 40 minutes.
I know.
What the hell?
I know. He's built like a front rower but moves like he's Benji Marshall. Like,
bro. Wow, hats off.
I know.
Leichhardt Halasima.
One of my favourite Leichhardt Halasima moment is that try he scored against Newcastle last year when he shushed the crowd at Newcastle.
Didn't that tie it up for Golden Point?
No, they won it because I think that try won it for them. They were going to go to Golden Point and then because they had a shot, it got charged down and he picked up the charge down and he crashed over.
Bro, thank the God they had Leichhardt Halasima because what's their 7 again?
Tanner Boyd.
But
he's been good. He's been good
I was
the
going
first
to
two
say,
rounds.
last year, he botched that Newcastle game like nothing else. And Lake Alasima saved him. But he has played really good this year. And I remember I watched both of the Wars games. And every time I'd see him kick, convert, whatever, I'd be like, oh, he's going to botch this.
Yeah.
And then he just does a pristine kick. Like, where did he get good in this offseason?
I know. He's an absolute freak. Sorry, I'm just going to check something real quick. Just make sure. Yeah, it's still wrong. Sorry, just production issue. That's okay. But yeah, no, I don't think the Wars are going to finish 14th like I Oh, 2 howls already, Josh. 2 howls already.
I think most people have already said going into this season, but I'm standing strongly with it. I think this could be the most competitive year of rugby league we've ever had.
There's been, like, the bottom teams have got better. Like,
The Titans.
definitively have got better.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, look, going to Shark Park in round 1, especially like obviously I'm wearing a Cronulla jersey, but we've been in the top 8 for the last 5 years running. It's not an easy place or team to verse in round 1, or especially for a side that has been predicted to finish down the bottom end of the ladder.
Yeah.
But they gave it to the Dolphins, man. A team that is renowned for scoring points.
Yeah.
Held them to 0 at halftime, and they obviously lost in the end.
Yeah.
But it's only because they conceded 2 tries in the last 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, I think all the bottom teams, even look at the Dragons.
Yeah.
Like, they got pumped by Storm, sure, but they held their own for
An hour.
A good portion of
It
the
was
game.
close until that last 20 minutes.
Yeah, held their own against the Dogs. I thought Dogs were going to put 60 on them.
I agree.
Like, Dragons have really surprised me. The Titans have really surprised me.
I feel like the Dragons, from the 2 games that I've seen of them this season, they really bring teams into their game. Like, they'll
Wrestle.
Yeah, they'll bring them into an arm wrestle.
Yeah.
Maybe the brand of footy isn't the cleanest and the most,
Sleek.
polished.
Yeah.
But they'll bring him into a dogfight.
Yeah.
And it's tough for teams to get out of that. Like, especially when the team in the years gone by that I've always put that brand of footy on is the Raiders. I feel like the Raiders have always put you into a forward pack battle. But maybe the Dragons were starting to see that they're starting to get those traits of, low scoring games that we're going to bring you into our game. We're going to beat you out by less than 6 points.
Yeah. Well, they're playing that style of footy and it's not working yet, but who knows, it could start working with a bit more polish.
Yeah. In my preseason prediction, though, I mentioned the Dragons and I said I can see them just building for next year. Obviously, they're going to get Keon next year, which is a huge get, right?
Building for next year, and Flanagan said that in the interview.
That interview is crazy. One thing as a coach, not just in NRL, any sports side, you do not ever say your team is not winning the comp before a ball has been kicked. You don't say that.
Yeah, I mean, as a Dragon supporter, man, holy shit.
He says we're going to win more games, but we're not going to win the comp. Fine. Like, win more games, but you don't say you're going to win the comp. You're not going to win the comp. Like,
Yeah.
You don't say that.
Yeah, you don't say that. It doesn't get the fans excited, does it?
No. No. You have a game at Wollongong. Your first home game of the season is in Wollongong, in like the pride of, St. George territory.
But you're not going to win the comp.
But we're not going to win the comp. No, we're playing Melbourne, one of the front runners, but we're not going to win the comp.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's like, whatever. Anyway. Penrith. That's the last team I had on my list. That's really impressed me in the opening 2 rounds. I said it, but this is one preseason prediction I've gotten right so far. Back to their best. I called it. I said minor premiers, and I think they'll be front runners to win the comp. They just defensively, man.
That was a smoky take, and it's worked.
I don't know about smoky. Smoky's probably a bit excessive. Maybe, like they've won 4 comps in the last 5 years.
No,
but,
I was so joking.
Okay, thank God. I was gonna say, smoky take. Oh, I'm like, okay.
No, but I think the Panthers, for me, they always set the bar high, and they always somehow reach the bar.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure a lot of people counted them out last year, and they done insanely well last year, and then they're only building off that.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you only have to look at in round 12 last year, and they make the 8 and win 9 games straight, and people say they've fallen off. Like they won 9 games straight and made the 8
against tough teams
and got to a prelim final. Like we're saying that's a disappointing season.
Yeah.
They made a prelim final.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dogs are on fire at that point, and they fucking
That's okay. No, that's okay.
And they smashed them at home as well. So
yeah, that was a good game. That was one of my favorite games last year. It was like a bloody war.
Yeah, both the times that they played were pretty cracker. Well, actually, they played 3 times, and the second game was when Dogs are versing their B side. That was terrible.
Yeah.
That game should not have been played.
Yeah, that was depressing because they knew that they weren't going to get the 4.
Yeah, so they just dumped their whole player squad.
Yeah, just rested. Any other teams you wanted to get into that might have impressed you, or players, or anything?
I mean, I think Dylan Brown's starting to find his own.
Obviously, unfortunate that he's now out for a month, but
yeah. Well, what do we got? Ponga 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Brown
6 to 8 weeks for Ponga and 4 weeks for Brown.
Man, what a headache for
$2.5 million
fans.
of your cap on the sideline.
The 2 highest paid players in the league, both on the sidelines in round 2.
Literally. Ponga, oh my God. He was ripping in those 2. That first half at Brookvale, he looked unreal. And even in Vegas, I thought him and Fletcher Sharp were like,
What a wicked combo. Ponga,
Sharp.
Fletcher, and Dylan Brown.
Just really good ball runners like that.
And Phoenix Crossland as well.
Yeah.
Bro, that Knights side
That's
is so underrated, man.
I'm so glad you were on the same page as me preseason because I said the Newcastle Knights will not be near the spoon.
Bro, so many people were saying, they spent their salary cap on Brown and Ponga. They're gone. I really, really think that's a pretty good combo. And I think that they've spent well with juniors, and the juniors are backing up as well. And they don't need other marquee players because the juniors are doing so well. Fletcher Hunt and Fletcher Sharp, both guns. Phoenix Crossland, gun. You got the old head, Frizzell, Unk. He's doing well. Then, even Gagai, he's
35 years old.
Awesome. The Knights team, man, I'm really, really happy with them. And it's going to be a bit of a struggle for a bit.
Yeah.
But it'll be very interesting. I'm pretty keen to see how they do without Brown and without Ponga.
Yeah.
If they can hold their own in this period, huge.
Totally agree. I don't think they'll be near that spoon. I don't know about getting the 8. Maybe that's a bit of a stretch, but I don't think they'll get the spoon or anywhere near it. I think they'll be in that 8 to 12 range.
Yeah.
Speaking of players that impress you, I kind of put you on the spot just before we started recording. But any players you think are gonna, Dally M's, top try scorers, any players like that you want to make an early prediction on?
I think if the Rabbitohs stay injury free and they rip in and they do as well as I think they're gonna go, I think we could look at Jai Gray as a smoky for Dally M.
Ooh, he was doing well last year. He got really up there until he started to get injured and moved around a bit.
If they stay injury free, I really think I'm not saying it's definite. My
no, it's a smoky.
My lock is probably Harry Grant.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
But my smoky is Jai Gray.
Fair enough. I have a similar one. I have one who I think's a lock, but also a smoky. I think the lock for me is Reece Walsh, and that for a couple of reasons. One, because I feel like all the good things Broncos do in attack come off the back of him, and we saw that last year, obviously in his finals run. I also think that he's not someone I've really seen get a lot of injuries in the last few years. So I feel like he's someone who will stay injury-free.
Touch wood.
Yeah, touch wood. Someone who will stay injury-free. And also, he's the poster boy of the NRL. So they'll love to give him points.
And I think that his best footy is still to come.
Well,
he's maturing as a player.
Yeah.
He's getting more confident.
Yeah, he's viewed as a senior player, even though he's 23, 24. You know
Chief Keef of NRL.
Literally peaked too early. But my smoky is Daniel Atkinson at the Dragons.
Ooh, at the Dragons.
I feel like if they're going to go far this season,
it's on his back.
The good things are going to come off his back.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and I know you don't like this person, not Atkinson, but I feel like if the good things are going to come from the Dragons, it's going to be him or Gutho. And I know how much you don't like Clinton Gutherson.
Princess Gutho.
Oof, King Gutho.
There you go.
Explain your hard feelings towards Gutho.
Gutho's an all right player. I think.
No, he's a good player.
Yeah.
I don't think you have anything against him as a player. I think it's more.
As a player, he's pretty good, but like, I've never seen someone like we look at like Cam Smith, Harry Grant.
Yeah.
Like they're lippy with the refs, but I've never seen someone mooch off the refs so much. Like he whinges and he bitches and he cries and it's just so annoying. Like
Fair enough.
yeah, I just hate seeing it. Oh my god.
Fair enough. Big up Clint Gutherson. And my top try scorer, I think this is a cold take.
Yeah.
Like, but I have Will Warbrick. Like I think that's safe.
That's pretty safe, yeah. I think
If I want to go with a smoky though, let me have a think real quick. Smoky.
leading try score.
Oh, that's not really smoky. But like another guy I was thinking of was like someone like Hammer.
I was gonna say maybe Hammer or Jermaine Asako.
Yeah, they're always good, especially with how good Dolphins are going forward.
Who else can stack on points? Or Broncos. Maybe you could look at like
But I feel like their points are spread. Like you've got Walsh,
between their players, yeah.
like Walsh and
Oh, another lock.
like Stags.
Marky Mark.
Oh, yeah, that's a good, yeah. Mark Nonganita-Wazi, that's a good take.
Yeah. I wasn't even gonna try say his last name.
Or do you reckon AJ, if he stays fit? Do you reckon he tries to extend the record?
I mean, honestly, if you're Rabbitohs, I'd be giving him the ball every single play because extend that record and make it nearly impossible to get.
What about Latrell in round 1 against the Dolphins? When he had the ball and AJ was literally on his outside.
And he just ran the hole.
And he just ran it. Everyone's like, no, to tie the... Honestly, probably for the best that it didn't happen because the scenes we saw on Friday night were just unbelievable. Like the equaliser to equal the record and then the one that broke it in succession. Just
Man, I'm honestly pretty upset, because we're going to that Good Friday game and I was like hoping that he just got locked up by the Roosters and whoever they're playing this week, and I was just hoping, could you imagine a Good Friday crowd and that record goes
60,000 fans.
Oh, my Lord.
It would be unreal.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Did you hear the stat that they were saying about with AJ and Max King?
Yes. What the hell?
Unbelievable. So for context, for those who don't know, Alex Johnson, obviously, if he broke the record against Max King, Ken Irvine, when he broke the try scoring record, which I think it was like 153 tries prior, like that was the previous record. Mm-hmm. When he broke that record, he was versing Max King's great grandfather in that game.
Yeah. And then to add to the mystery of that as well, did you see the other thing from shout out random stat guy?
Yeah.
Did you see the other thing from him about the game?
No.
The score was the exact same when Ken Irvine broke the score.
I did see that against the Roosters, though, not obviously in that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Roosters, yeah, exactly.
Wow. What a weird prophecy.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out random stat guy. He really does give you some of the like most random and insane stats I've ever seen.
I don't know how he finds them out,
Yeah. There is a cool website like Rugby League Archive and you just dig through it for ages. But like to actually go through it and like find those minute details is just insane.
I reckon he doesn't leave his room. He just sits in his office and he's just got like piss jugs, monsters, like frozen meals, and he's just scouring for stats.
Have you seen that clip of South Park where they're playing I forget
Warcraft?
Yes. He's like, and then his mum brings the tray and he does like a shit in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's random stat guy.
That's random stat guy. Okay, now I want to move on to, unless you've got anything else you want to add about, not random stat guy, but anything else you want to add about players that to win awards, any Smokies, top try scorers?
No, good on that.
Okay. The next thing I wanted to get into, it's called worried or not. Should these people be worried or not about?
I already know.
There's a few here.
Okay, let's go.
All right, we'll start off with Anthony Seibold. I feel like this is a natural place to start.
He should be worried.
Yeah. I wrote a piece on this last night And yeah, I think all signs are pointing towards an exit.
Yeah, like normally when like the NRL is hating on a coach and the club is like still within their belief, you can kind of like,
yeah.
But then when you've got your own club saying get rid of him, like,
yeah,
I think he got too comfortable within his role, and now he's just kind of just cruising.
Yeah. Well, the old Manly CEO was mates with him.
Yeah,
and that's that's like half the reason he got the job in the first place. And then
Nepo baby.
Yeah, there's been pundits calling him out.
Yeah,
for that the writing might be on the wall. Honestly, I think it couldn't be a worse time for Manly to have a bye. They have a bye this week, so they have to ponder on that loss for an extra week than they need to. So I'm going to say worried. Harry's going to say worried.
Yeah, I think this could be Manly's year to absolutely hit rock bottom. Yeah. And whether they build on that, we'll just have to wait and see. But I mean, they've got some pretty exciting prospects. Yeah. Like
they've got so many good young players. So that
Kohler.
Yeah.
What's that?
Hopewadi. Joey Walsh coming through the ranks. He looks really good.
I mean, if I could do anything for Manly, if I was their coach for a day, I'd chop the turbos. And
interesting.
Yeah, bro. I'd chop the turbos and reallocate money a little bit better. Obviously, Garrick's going. Yeah. And I'd just keep those core young fellas and then look at new prospects.
The next person that I have, if they should be worried or not, is Todd Payten at the Cowboys.
I did think that they were going to start a little bit better, and I thought they were going to go all right this year with the inclusion of Marnie.
Yeah.
And obviously having Tom Dearden, like one of the most wicked players in the league. But, yeah, they've kind of shit the bed a little bit.
Yeah, man. I think...
Not a little bit, a lot.
Oh, they looked awful in both games.
Terrible.
They looked decent for a period in the Vegas game against Newcastle.
Yeah,
but I feel
that was like a period of like 10 minutes.
That's my point. Minutes. Yeah, the back end of the first half, they looked okay. It was after Fletcher Sharp went off.
Yeah, so but last year, they were like notorious for their ruck speed.
Yeah,
like
man.
They were so quick.
But they've always had good like front rowers that are quick. Like you think of your Ruben Cotters, right? They're small, mobile forwards, right, who get them up the park quick.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the last 2 years, I remember my dad saying to me last year, he's like, don't be surprised if Todd Payten gets sacked. And I was kind of in the same vein. And then they start this season cold. And it's like...
Coach swap, Seibold for Payten.
Yeah, honestly. But Todd Payten was so good when he first came to the Cowboys. Came third, and then they were in the top 8 a few years running, and then they've fallen out. And
I think when you're on like that type of money, like coach money, and you do a few good things, and then you kind of just let your foot off the throttle.
Yeah.
You can kind of just be on cruise. Yeah. And that's where I think both of them are. There's no breathing down their neck. They're not like urging for success or urging for victory. And they've just kind of just cruised.
Yeah.
And that's where I think they're both at. And I think for them, they both need to go to assistant coach of another club, take a year off, do whatever they got to do, and then come back and try ripping again.
Yeah, totally agree. Okay, and then next one. Should they be worried? Queensland sides.
Ooh. Yeah.
There's been a stat circulating this week that obviously no Queensland side has won yet, and the only team that has won is the Dolphins, but they played the Titans. So obviously we had to have an outcome in that game. So should any of them, or should all of them either be worried? And if there are some that should be worried, what ones?
Look, I honestly wasn't familiar with this stat, but now you've said it, obviously it's true. But, I mean, I wouldn't be too worried about the Broncos.
Yeah.
Like, they've had a few hard knocks, but, I mean, they started last year pretty rough as well. Panthers started last year pretty rough. They just need to find their groove. And I'm pretty confident with the Broncos. I'm pretty confident with the Dolphins once they get JMK back.
Yeah.
And
Kurt Donahue.
Yeah, Kurt Donahue. Once they get both of them back, I have no doubt that their attack will be the sharpest in the game again.
Yep.
Cowboys, obviously, should be worried. Titans, I'm pretty excited to see what they're building.
Yeah.
With the inclusion of Curtis Morin and their new coach, I think I wrote them off, and they looked pretty good against the Dolphins.
I think I'm with you. I think the only team that should be worried are the Cowboys. I think the Titans are building. Dolphins, like you said, a few people that they're missing.
Yeah.
And then the Broncos, the only thing I'm worried about is their defense. Like leaking that many points in the first 2 weeks is not that great. Like
crazy.
So, like I don't think losing to Penrith is a bad result.
Yeah.
Is like, but the fashion they lost in is pretty rough. And then also holding 40 points to the Eels is pretty rough as well, especially at home.
Yeah.
So I think that is probably the only area I'd have them worried.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, like they won the comp last year. And
Out of
people
nowhere.
and people are already calling for like, is Madge's job at risk? It's like
That's absolutely ridiculous.
it's like this guy won them a comp out of nowhere. They weren't even in conversations like 3/4 way through last year if they were going to be in the frame to win a comp. They weren't even in conversations about making it into the top 4.
Yeah. I think I didn't ever see anything about is Madge's position void or whatever.
It's ridiculous.
I never saw that, but if I was a Broncos fan and I saw that, I'd be absolutely up the wall.
Yeah,
That's a ridiculous take. Whoever said that needs to be shot.
I know. It's ridiculous. Do you know what would be funny? If they sacked Madge, and we all know who Madge's assistant is?
Who?
Trent Barrett.
Oh, the goat.
That would be hilarious, honestly. Because like I'll be real, like I'm not someone who really likes the Broncos. Not unless you're a Broncos fan. I don't feel like you do. So that would be pretty funny if that
You know
happens.
what's pretty interesting as well, though?
What?
How Cam Smith picked up a
Yeah,
assistant coach
he's a
role.
leadership role up there.
Yeah, and they've gone 0 from 3.
Yeah, weird. Worried or not, Newcastle with their injuries.
Nah. Oh man. Who
Who
knows with Ponga and like Brown? I'm pretty confident he'll come back. He'll be healthy. He could probably live out the whole season.
Yeah.
He's not very injury prone. Touch wood.
Touch wood. Yeah.
But Ponga, he's the same as like Turbo. Like, who knows? He could come back and tear it the next game.
Agreed.
Like,
Yeah.
as much I love Ponga. Ponga's awesome. Yeah. I really think he's an incredibly talented player. But yeah, man, I've got to feel terrible for his injuries and whatever.
Yeah.
And I really, really, really hope that he's able to play as much as he can this year.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Knights have something special, and with him, it's huge.
Yeah, I totally agree. I'm the same. I'm not really worried. I think once they get Fletcher Sharp back, they've kind of got that X factor back in their side. So
yeah.
And finally, worried or not about Bronson Xerri. Mr. Bulldogs over here. How are we feeling? Sweating a bit?
A little bit, eh? I think between every single journalist and NRL content creator and whatever, everyone's just kind of making up their own scenario or whatever, but I think there's more to it than what we know, and I think to comment on it is a little bit silly. What we do know is that he hasn't been extended, and I think that's where the insecurity and whatever comes into it.
Yeah.
I think obviously with the position swap from left center to right center, that's a bit weird. Yeah. And then getting dropped to New South Wales Cup, that's a bit weird as well.
Yeah.
So
they've confirmed that that's going to happen. He's going to play New South Wales Cup this weekend. Yeah. Obviously, we are currently recording this on a Tuesday.
Team list will be out the Savo.
Team list will be out the Savo, which is one thing I was going to add. But I do think, obviously, it's been confirmed, and all signs point towards Inari Tawala playing centre, which isn't a bad replacement. But do I think he's better than Xerri? No.
Yeah, in my own opinion, like obviously there's the uncertainty of contract or whatever, but I think something personal happened at training or within the Bulldogs, or something's happened.
Has to have, right?
And that's where everything's come from, because it's been a bombshell out of nowhere. Like what I know is that Bronson loves the Bulldogs. Bronson loves the boys. He's extremely grateful to Feel Good for giving him a second chance. Like, if this whole thing this week didn't happen, I would say that Bronson would be at the Bulldogs for another 10 years. Well, not 10, but like...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, for the foreseeable future.
Yeah, and then all this crap has come up, and like people are making too big of comments on it, and they don't understand the whole thing.
Do you reckon this is something that's come out when, like, obviously teams like the Bears are recruiting right now, and they know that they're, probably going to be in the peak of their recruitment, picking up players that are off contract at the end of the season. They know that they might be moving somewhere, and obviously someone like Xerri might have to make way.
Yeah.
Does Feel Good go, we're happy for you to explore your options, even if your contract ends at the end of next season? We know, there might be opportunities at other clubs.
Yeah.
Hypothetically, could you see that being a move that he takes up if Mal Meninga gets on the phone with him to come to the Bears?
Well, I already saw rumours that apparently it was the Bears that reached out to him, and then that's why he done the immediate release. So
Interesting.
whether I know, who knows? If
We
that's
know that
true or not.
well, I mean, there's a few Bulldogs going there. The likes of Josh Curran, Toby Sexton's obviously going to go as well.
Luke Smith.
Yep. So
there's a few Bulldogs players going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Bronson goes over, and if he does, more power to him.
Yeah.
I love him. Awesome player.
I love him too as a Cronulla. I remember when he came up through Cronulla, and he was like 19, and obviously then he got done with all, the steroid stuff and
Creatine,
yeah, the steroid stuff, and obviously that was unfortunate. But he was like arguably my favorite player at Cronulla until all of that happened.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I really, really, really hope they can find some type of middle ground, because, like, when me and other Bulldog supporters, or me and my brother, or me and my dad have talked, we've been trying to figure out the Bulldogs' positions for the next few years.
Yeah, and Xerri's always been there.
Always been included in that.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I think once he came into that side, there was obviously he came back to the NRL for the first time in 3 years. Obviously, he's going to be rusty.
Yeah.
He wasn't even allowed to play touch footy. I remember him saying that on the Josh Mansell podcast.
Yeah.
He wasn't even allowed to play Park Oztag, touch footy, blah, blah, blah.
Anything under the NRL umbrella.
Literally, right? He had a few games in Cup, and he was pretty much back in the first team.
Shredding.
Literally.
Yeah.
And
I think he played 3 games and he was in NRL.
And we've seen the stuff he's done with Fabry and the sprint coaching, and just the guy's a specimen. He's just such a good athlete. And
it's going to be a sad loss.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, but went over his stats against the Dragons in Vegas, and they did not look out of the ordinary, over 160 run meters, 2 to 3 hit ups, offloads, blah, 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 the lot, right? I don't think he scored, but who cares? The score was 14-16 or something like that. So
he's not a lazy player.
That's my point.
He plays with his heart.
If you look at,
he's a good player for any club.
That's my point. You look at the stat sheet and it's not
Yeah.
And it's a similar thing for someone who the last player I was going to get onto was Isaiah Tungo.
Yeah.
It's he's been dropped from Penrith. I think he's on about $750,000 a year, and he's been dropped.
Yeah, crazy.
But their backline is stacked. With Tom Jenkins, Casey McLean, Paul Alamotti, and Brian To'o, right?
That's been playing incredible.
That back four has been unbelievable.
Yeah. And
but you're leaving a huge part of your, cap just playing in Cup.
Yeah. I think that whole Targo thing, it's not so much that Targo is bad or out of form. I just think the others are better.
Yeah.
And when you've got those 4 that are performing at an elite level every single week, it's just hard to put in a 5th man.
Yeah, I agree. It's you look at Tom Jenkins, right, was playing pretty much park footy 2 years ago. Now he's playing first grade at Penrith. This guy was on the bench playing 18th man. Last week against Brisbane, I think they had an injury in their back line. He comes on the wing, or late inclusion on the wing, something like that. Scores.
Yeah.
These guys, they are literally just a factory belt of good players.
Next man up.
Next man up just does the job. He knows what his role is.
Yeah.
This guy's a tank. And it's I don't think it's a sly on Tungo as much as people are reading into it. It's just it's just the people in front of him are just so good.
Yeah, and I think Targo knows that as well.
I hope so, at least.
Nah, surely. When you've got an elite club like that, and there's only limited positions, you can't be upset.
Yeah, I feel the only guy in their back line out of those 4, your centers and your wingers, that's a lock is Brian To'o. I feel those other 3
questionable.
That's my point. If Tungo scores a hat trick, say this weekend in Cup, it's
could he be up next week?
It's imagine McLean has an off week. It's are we dropping McLean this week to keep Tungo? It's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel you need that at a club. You need competitiveness.
I was going to say it's a pretty good headache to have.
Exactly. Just have quality across the park.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you wanted to get into? Do you want to do predictions for the games this week? Just quickly. It's up to you if you want. You might need I'd say we might need your phone if we're going to do predictions for the games this week. But
yeah, that's cool. Oh, do you want to have you done your hot take? Or do you want to do a hot take?
I haven't done my hot take, have I? I didn't write one down. I just did
Okay.
down. But go with yours and I'll think of one.
All right. So my hot take.
Oh, I need just a microphone. That's all.
Tigers, Wars, Eels. 2 of them make the 8. That's my hot take.
Okay. Well, I had Eels for the 8. I didn't have Tigers or the Wires.
Yeah.
But with how they both started the season, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if they're there.
Yeah. I think between all those clubs, they've kind of blown everyone away.
Yeah.
And definitely done a lot better than everyone predicted. And if Tigers are playing this good in round 2,
Yeah.
and obviously the same as the Wires, who knows by the end of the season.
Okay. Don't even think this is hot though. I think Jareem Buller signs with another club mid-year. I think he'll go to the Dragons or the Dogs or someone like that.
Mhm.
That's not that hot though. Let me have a think.
Do you reckon Pat Carrigan signs with Bears?
Nah.
Or PNG?
If he goes somewhere, it'll be PNG for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll make that call this soon. I don't know, man. Far out. I don't know. I've got nothing right now. Nothing I haven't expressed already. The likes of Seibold being sacked, Todd Payten. But I don't think they're hot. I think they're pretty consensual takes, like everyone,
Yeah. Okay, well, let's do predictions.
Okay, we'll do that and then we'll wrap it up. Let's go through them. Okay, Thursday night, the Raiders in Canberra against the Bulldogs. I think this will be a very close game. I was talking to you about this before.
Yeah. Wait, we have to guess scores as well.
Oh, we're going to go scores?
Yep.
Okay, I'm actually going to go Canberra, unfortunately. I think Canberra less than 10. It'll be a tight game.
Yep. I was going to say 18-16 Dogs.
Okay.
But I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Raiders do win.
Mm.
Obviously, Raiders have had a pretty shaky start.
Yeah.
And whether they're going to rip in this week and pay their debts or whatever, who knows? But I think with Dogs, all the crap that's in the media and travelling to Canberra on a Thursday night could be unshaky ground. So
I'm with you.
Yeah.
Friday. What a weird game for a 6 p.m. on a Friday.
Yeah.
Roosters versus Penrith. That is like Friday night primetime game.
Yeah.
I just don't see anyone knocking off the Penrith Panthers yet. Even the Roosters, especially when they're a bit understaffed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Panthers make it look easy.
Yeah. I'm going to say Penrith by 12. That's what I'm going to say.
I reckon 22-8.
Okay. So 14. Yeah, all right. Fair enough. Yeah. Brisbane's run doesn't get any easier. They've got Melbourne in Melbourne.
Broncos do it. Under 12.
Nah, Melbourne. I remember a few years ago, I was looking at like their record against Melbourne, and their record is shocking. Obviously, I say this, they literally beat them in the grand final, right? But Melbourne in Melbourne, with how hot they've been to start the year, I'm going Melbourne.
Yeah.
But if there is a team to do it, it's Broncos with how good their attack is.
I think it's a pretty weird game. Broncos have a lot to prove with how they've started the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this all lies on Walsh's confidence.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, if Walsh rips in, he's kicking 40-20s, he's doing cutout balls.
Yep.
If he's doing all of that, who knows, they could easy win.
Yeah.
Not easy, sorry.
Yeah.
But if Storm just apply pressure to Walsh, apply pressure to Ben Hunt, I think Adam Reynolds is out.
Yeah. Oh, they're saying he could be back, but there's no way I'd risk him when you got a guy like Ben Hunt there. Just play him halfback.
Yeah, I think if Storm apply pressure, and they're pretty good at doing that, I think they could just dismantle them. So
totally. So you're going to go...
I'll go Storm. I'm going to go Storm by 20.
I'm going to go Melbourne. Yeah, 10. I reckon 10 or 12 points. Okay, Newcastle versus the Wires. I think this is going to be a test for the Wires, see how good they are outside of their home territory.
I disagree. I think Wires are going to pump them.
I don't know about pump them. I'm going to take the Wires purely based off the fact that Newcastle have lost their 2 best players.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know about pump. I'm going to say Wires by 6.
Well, I mean, I'm hopeful that Knights have built systems around Brown and Ponga, but it'd be pretty interesting to see. It wouldn't be surprising if all their systems are around Ponga and Brown.
Yeah.
So they could be in complete disarray.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? I'm going to go woes by 20.
Okay. Moving into my team, the Cronulla Sharks taking on the Dolphins at home. I'm going to go Cronulla. Even though I think the Dolphins beat us at home maybe last season, possibly. Yeah, I just think Cronulla at home, although we obviously didn't look that great against Penrith, I think we are a side that like to play in front of our home fans. So I'm going to take us, but I don't think it's going to be an insane margin. I'm going to say Cronulla by 10.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cronulla by 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming off a loss, a lot to prove. Dolphins in shambles a little bit.
Yeah. Fair enough. Rabbitohs versus West Tigers.
That is a good game.
That is a good game for where both teams are at. I'm going to, in Gosford as well.
I'll go Tigers.
I'm going to go Tigers. This is going to be my upset this week. I'm going to go West, but it's going to be West, yeah.
I'm going to go Tigers by 16.
Ooh. I don't know about that by that much. I'm going to say, ready? Golden Point. Adam Dewey in Golden Point.
Okay. I like it. Gosford special.
Gosford special. One thing I'm glad is AJ isn't breaking the record in Gosford. Thank God.
That would have sucked eggs.
That would have been awful, eh?
Blue Tongue Stadium.
Yeah, guys. Eels versus the Dragons.
I think Eels absolutely slaughter them.
Oh, I don't know about slaughter.
Oh, actually, no. Just after what we've said, the arm wrestle stuff.
I don't know about slaughter.
Eels by 2.
I do think I do have the Eels, but not by like 2. Wait. No, sorry. I don't know about slaughter. I'm saying...
Yeah, I reject slaughter.
I'm going to go Eels. I don't know by how much. This is one of those games that could be an absolute blowout or it could be an arm wrestle. But I'm going to, like we said, I'm going to stick to my opinion from before and I'm going to say Parramatta win the arm wrestle of the Dragons.
Yep.
And the final game of the round, the Cows versus Titans. Spoon bowl in round 3. I'm going to go Titans just because of how much I've put on the Cowboys this week. And I like Josh Hannay and I like what's going on at the Titans. Talking about the Titans, one player that I thought was great against the Dolphins and has copped a lot of crap in the last few years is Lachlan Ilias. I thought he looked good against the Dolphins. Obviously against Cronulla, it's hard to look good in a side that concedes 50, but I think he will grow into that role. I think Josh Hannay's kind of put an arm around his shoulder and said, you know what? You're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
We're all going to make mistakes. Don't beat yourself up. Obviously, he had a tough run towards the end of his time at the Rabbitohs. Same with the Dragons. But I hope at the Titans he finally finds somewhere to call home.
Yeah, I agree. I really hope that Ilias does find his feet. And I'd love for him to give a big finger to everyone that's been hating on him for all these years.
I'll be honest, I was a hater. I remember a lot of people, like Savindra John, saying that he could be a smoky to be a Blues halfback in the future. I don't think he'll ever get there, but I do think that he could establish himself as a good club halfback. For me...
Like Tanner Boyd.
Maybe not. I think a bit better than that. Someone for me who's a good club halfback is someone like Jamal Fogarty. Like someone like that who can establish themselves as a good quality number 7 in the comp. But let's be real, he's probably never touching a rep jersey.
Yeah. And then the last game,
Manly against the Bye.
Manly beat the Bye?
I think the Bye wins 1-12.
Yeah.
Check those odds on Polymarket. I'd be taking him. Yeah. Honestly, as I said before, I think it's a disservice to Manly to have a bye this week. I feel like they need to shake off the 2 losses in round 1 and 2. And obviously they have an extra week to ponder about whether they want to sack Seibold or not.
Yeah.
Who do they have in round 4? Oh, they've got the Roosters. Oh my God. If that game ends bad, he's getting sacked. Cherry Evans returned to Brookvale. Dolphins at KO. Dragons. Okay,
they've got an alright start after the Roosters.
Yeah, Dolphins and Dragons. But the Roosters are Brookvale. If Cherry Evans puts a number on him, oh my God. Not Des Hasler. Anthony Seibold could be gone.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, they're on a shaky start, eh?
Yeah, for real.
But I did call this before the season started.
Good call. Good call, brother. I did have him, I think I had him like 13th.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but they're looking like they're going to come lower than that. Anyway, anything else you want to add before we wrap up?
Curtis Morin's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT. Too easy. Anyway, thank you for listening to the Check the Score podcast. Let me know what more NRL segments you want to see. Any more predictions, any more hot takes. Thank you, Harry, for coming on, and we'll see you in the next video.